You know, he's just, I think he's making incremental growth in all areas. He's doing the things that he's always done. Defensively, I think he understands the league and personnel better, so defensively he's more in tune and doing a better job with that. He's leading the team, but it's, you know, his improvement, I think, is incremental. You know, I don't think it's major leaps. He's an all-pro, so I don't know. But all pros get a little bit better.
Are we getting to the point where he's not going to be able to make that big leap anymore because he's too close to the ceiling where there's just not that much room?
Well, I don't know about making big leaps. I mean, for his first 2 years were pretty remarkable. And, I mean, you look at other players that have done what he's done, they do improve, but I don't think it's major jumps.
What did Kaman and Blake meant to your bench?
They really stabilized it. You know, you almost, I called them my two pillars because, you know, you can really count on them every night. Steve understands the game. He's been in it here a long time. He makes other players better. He's a good defender. We finished when Nick was out, we finished 2 games with him where he played the whole fourth quarter. Chris brings consistent scoring, rebounding, shot blocking, and again, a guy who's been in the league for a long time and knows what's expected of them. And I think they both have embraced their roles, and it's made a difference for us.
I think you said in past seasons that your bench was giving you guys other things other than just scoring, but this season it seems like a couple games, I think the Sacramento game, you guys made headway with your bench on the floor. I mean, what does that mean that your reserves are in, you're actually gaining things, you're not just treading water?
Well, it's you know, again, the stability that Chris and Steve gives us. We can play other guys with them, and they make it work. You know, the first couple of years we had a lot of young guys and going through some growing pains, but they weren't giving us necessarily scoring. But as I've said before, we had the second best offense in the league, and people were criticizing our bench for not scoring, which I thought was unfair to them. But you know, this is a new year, and we've got a different roster and different makeup, and you know, you like to look at last year or the previous seasons and learn from them, but you got to go into each year with kind of a clear slate.
Coach, why is it important to you to have LaMarcus extend his range out beyond the arc a little bit?
You know, I want him to do what's comfortable with him. You know, it's I think this league has shown that if you have a 4-man who can space the court, keep the defenses honest. I think he's been very selective with his 3-point shooting, but he's gained confidence in it. And you know, I wanted him to do it at his pace and when he was comfortable. The first 2 years, he wasn't ready to do that. I think this year he came in after the summer thinking that was going to be part of his new repertoire. You know, you talk about all pro guys adding something to their game. That's one thing that LA's been looking at.
Coach, what do you believe your team's greatest strength is?
Oh, I don't know about a greatest strength. You know, we do a lot of things well. We've improved our defense. We've got different ways of scoring. We have good chemistry. We've got good stuff coming off the bench. So I don't know if there's one thing that sticks out. To be a really good team in this league, you got to do a lot of things well.
How conscious are you of a start tonight? I mean, technically this is a 3 o'clock game for you guys on West Coast time coming across country. How do you combat that sluggishness if there is any?
I don't anticipate any sluggishness. I mean, 3 o'clock, we're up and about at 3 o'clock in Portland, unless you sleep in.
I wish.
You know, it's part of the NBA. Going west to east is always a challenge, but you know, everybody's prepared for it, and you kind of try and readjust your schedule and and you go from there. But you know, I think we've all been prepared for it.
After some first quarters, seems like you guys maybe got that figured out a little bit. Have you felt better about how you've been performing in the first quarter, particularly defensively?
Yeah, you know, up until 3 games ago, I think we were last in the league in defense in the first quarter. In the last 3 games, we've been first. So that's been, I think it's a sign of just a little bit of growth and attention to detail. But to get off to good defensive starts, I think that's a good sign that we got to continue. I mean, it's not going to happen every night, but I think we have to be aware that it was not good to get off to a slow start defensively.
Is everybody healthy?
Yes.
You're able to get the starters some rest in the last game. Is that something that you're a little bit more conscious of this year, making sure that that starting five isn't playing monster minutes all the time?
Well, I don't accept the premise that they played monster minutes.
Monster's a new one. I never
Yeah, I haven't heard. You haven't used monster
I
minutes.
wish I thought of that.
Our starters played 35 to 37 minutes, which is about the same as anybody else. You look at compare their minutes to other players at their position. So I don't accept the premise that they played monster minutes to begin with. But the fact that we've been able to win some games and rest the starters has been a good thing. But my biggest focus is doing whatever we need to do to win the game. And I certainly, if we can keep our guys under 40 minutes a night, that's a concern or something that I'm aware of. But I think you go into every game just trying to do whatever we can to win the game.
They did play all 82. Maybe that's the difference.
You know, we were healthy. You know, Tim Duncan, when he was 25, averaged 40 minutes a game. I think over a 3-year period, he averaged about 39 or 38, 39 or 40. So it has happened.
What have you seen from Rondo, just walking around?
He looks like he's back to being Rajon Rondo. Or did I pronounce that right? Rajon. You know, leading the league in assists. I think he makes everybody better. Their offense is legitimate. And he's a big reason for it. They made the biggest jump from last year to this year offensively. He gets people involved, he can score. Like I said, he makes players around him better offensively.
It's the first time you'll be playing him since you've been head coach.
Okay. I've seen him play before, though.
Yeah.
Coach, the improvement in your defense, is that something just guys getting more comfortable in the system, or is that purely effort?
You know, I think it's just kind of an evolution. Last year, the second half of the season, we were in the top 10 defensively. So I think that because we were, in the end, we were ranked about 16th, the fact that we were a top 10 defensive team the second half of the season gets lost, that message gets lost. I think it's a continuation of what we built on last season, and you know, understanding that for us to accomplish what we want to accomplish this year, it has to come at the defensive end. We're going to be able to score. We've got enough offensive weapons and a style of play that we'll be able to score, but the growth needs to come at the defensive end, and everybody understood that.
Celtics struggling at that end.
At the moment. So were we last year at this time.